How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of New England style IPA from down Pittsburgh way in the form of Grist House Brewing. It is their Chameleon. Yeah, New England style IPA. So there you go. Grist House. It's been a while since I've done one of their beers. Actually, last time, it's almost probably been about a year, because the last time I got something from these guys was probably a little bit after I interviewed them for my podcast. I don't remember. But anyway, it's been a bit, but magically this appeared via the old FedEx in the old mailbox. So let's dive into it. Send me this one in kind of a sour IPA. Can't wait to dive into that one. But anyway, what does this say? Chameleon, New England style IPA, 7% alcohol by volume. This be canned. There's no date on it, but it's got to be fresh. Came right from the brewery. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Done and done. Hey boys, it's cool. You know, it's got those geometric pattern vibes, but it's not just straight up geometric pattern stuff. And I kind of like the flash arty, kind of clip arty Chameleon. I don't know, something about it. Doesn't blow me away, but it's not a bad label. Let's see. Last time I had a New England style IPA, I believe it was one of the first ones, or their first New England style IPA. Not necessarily it was the first one I ever made, but the first one they made, and then, you know, one that was further down in the batch series of that one. And it was okay. It just didn't come off too New Englandy for me. Like, that's something. Anyway, pinky finger, off-white head, super tight compact bubbles, just a trace of soapiness on the edges, and yeah, she's got that haze to her, kind of rich orange core to it, a little bit of cataracty edges, foots the bill. Let's get a nose. That smells pretty damn good. Yeah, no, it's giving me the grapefruit, the mango, and this like really ramped up kind of, not ramped up, it's like a really, there's a peach component to it that is a little bit more vibrant in one direction. I'm trying to think what that is. It's almost like when I get peach from like a funky beer, that kind of peachiness as opposed to kind of like a hump peachiness. Could be a yeast component. But yeah, citrus for days, grapefruit leaning heavily. Definitely get those mango vibes on the other end of things. Really running the gamut of all that kind of fruit bits and pieces that you'd expect from a New England style IPA with this really nice kind of heft to it, soft bittering. You know, really my kind of wheelhouse when it comes to these kind of New England style jammers. So I'm just going to dive in. Cheers. Okay, it's nice. It's a bit muted compared to what the nose was giving me. That bittering component that is slightly greeny, slightly tomato stocky, but not too huge, that stayed the course. That was pretty much as big as I thought it would be based off the nose into the taste. It's that fruit portion of the show that drops down a little bit. You're still getting that grapefruit for days and that mango component, but instead of on the nose, if it was 8 out of 10 and you're expecting it to be 8 out of 10 or more, it's more like a 5, 6 out of 10 as far as volume goes. It does have a nice mouthfeel to it. Not as dense as I thought it would be based off nose, but it has a nice soft creaminess to it. Super chuggable, super drinkable. Really well done version of a New England style IPA. Compared to the other one I had from them, the name is slipping my mind right now. This, to me, is a bit more in line with what New England IPAs are more, I shouldn't say traditionally, walk down that fucking rope, but more what people look for today, in today's day and age, of a New England style IPA. Quite nice. The impact for me, personally, I would like a little bit more impact, especially at 7% alcohol by volume, but all in all, it's a pretty damn good beer. I dig it. I'm going to drink it. It's not going down the drain. It's always a fun one. But yeah, good stuff. Definitely, like I said, compared to what I had New England style previous from Grist House, definitely a step up. And definitely, let's put it this way, maybe, I think I have this kind of, maybe this is the wrong place to talk about it, but I feel like I'm getting not burnt out on New England style IPA, but I have access to so many of them. I'm lucky enough to have viewers send me shit like crazy, breweries send me stuff in that area up here in northern New Jersey where we start to get all these New England style IPAs. So I feel like if you're out there watching and you're in Pittsburgh South, Pittsburgh West, and by that I mean all the way out to the West Coast, California and South, we're kind of blessed up here. So when I talk about this being a kind of really well done New England style IPA, but I'm not hoisting it up with all those crazy Treehouse Trillium beers, I think this would do it for almost everybody out there. I just think I'm a little bit spoiled. This guy, Maybe. So take that for a grain of salt. When I talk about these beers, I do so many of them. I have to kind of absorb them and grade them on that kind of scale. It's almost like they're graded on a curve because of how many I have. So I guess that's where this whole portion comes into show. Is it one of the better New England style IPAs that I've had as of late? Yes. It's worthy of being in the conversation. It's not going to get at the top. That's where the whole kind of, I guess that's my key, or your kind of litmus, or your kind of legend to what, and by legend I mean map legend. People probably don't even know what the fuck that is anymore because I'm old. To the whole kind of grading curve thing. It's worthy of being in there, but it just stays out of the top because there are ones that do me better. But most of those are from the kind of Mount Rushmore breweries out there, so take that for what it's worth. Value and availability. It's Grist House. I actually don't know what their availability is, but I do know when I visited there several years ago, it was only brewery only. I assume you can get the stuff out of the brewery, maybe at local bits and pieces, but for the most part, I assume brewery only. I leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like hazies, if you like New England style hazies, this is not going to do you wrong. But if you put this against like my favorite hazy of all time, it might be overshadowed a little bit. I mean, that's, a tall order to live up to, especially for a brewery as young as Grist House. So, if you like hazies, you'll love this beer. That's all I had to fucking say. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. I interview these guys. Go check it out. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little Grist House hazy right now. And hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.